Well, all the hard work is done. It's like 95 degrees today. Everything else in the freezer. So we're gonna go check some cameras and hopefully Bill can put an arrow in one tonight.
Hopefully.
Been fun, man.
All one out. It's been a blast, buddy.
Been awesome. But one more day to dink around, check some cameras, just maybe scout a little tonight. Have some elk steaks for supper. It's gonna be good. Well, Chris and I are out scouting one last day before Chris heads home. Shot his bull yesterday, so we're just scouting. Bill and James are sitting. Maybe we'll be packing an elk out tonight, hopefully.
Let's hope so.
Be awesome. But we're gonna go and check a couple areas and see if we can turn something up tonight. Got a couple more hunters coming out here in a few days, so be a busy month, but the more intel the better, or maybe the worse, because then I can never make up my mind. But we're gonna go get some more, so we'll let you know if we see anything. Did you hear that? Yeah, he's right here. Oh, he's coming. Walked up here, we both just sat here in silence because we didn't know what to say. Good morning, guys. Welcome to another video. I am headed back to elk camp today. 3:30 a.m. and Tyler rolled in yesterday. We're gonna be hunting the next 5 to 6 days depending on how it goes. I'm pretty confident that at some point in that stretch we'll get a chance at one, so hopefully we can get back on one of these big bulls we've kind of been after, or maybe find a new one. It's that time of year, you never really know. But we're gonna bring you along. Austin's coming with today, so we might have dual cameras running, which would be kind of fun. But all my hunting stuff is at camp still, so leaving plenty early. Gonna have to get all situated and get ready when I get there. And then we're gonna go kill a giant bull. Maybe the first day, maybe the last day, we don't know yet, but we'll bring you along for the entire journey, so we'll see you soon. Well, we're doing it with Tyler. Austin's here.
Tagging along, do some camera duty.
And if you notice, his hair's kind of trimmed up nice and pretty clean, but he's still Fabio status.
Not too clean yet.
But yeah, so Tyler's way cooler than us. You'll find that out very quickly. I don't know where we're going yet, Cameras were a little quiet last night, so I'm just gonna start driving and see where it takes us. But it'll be good. Looking forward to it, man.
You bet. Me too.
It'll be a good time, so we'll see what shakes out. The bull's gonna be like great. Sounded like a decent one. It didn't really sound like the raspy one though. Oh, he's right there.
Smaller.
Just a 95. Well, we got up to a main bedding area and there's kind of a bunch of bulls coming together here and one sounded pretty good. So we're gonna go play with them for a little bit. Haven't heard one that sounded like Paul yet, but that's alright. We'll see if we can go mix things up a little bit and have some fun. Don't sound sexy enough or mean enough to get him to think about it. But we're gonna keep trying. I just did like a 150-yard retreating gal call. We cannot get this bull to play. Throwing everything at him. We decided to pull out of there. But for now, on to greener pastures. Actually, this is like the greenest pasture in the entire Black Hills.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of grass in here yet.
Yeah. Good morning. It is day 2 of Tyler's hunt. Try to find a big one this morning. We go back to the same area we were yesterday. And what do you think? You ready to sling an arrow, or should we wait a couple more days?
We gotta go hunting again, darn it, huh?
Yeah, dang it. What a bummer. But we'll see. There's a bunch of elk in this area. It's hard to leave screaming elk early September to go find maybe screaming elk. So I think we'll just stick with this herd for today, or at least this morning, and go from there. But last night we went to a high point and glassed quite a bit. We saw a few elk, but nothing crazy. So we decided to head back down here and see if we can shake things up this morning. They're everywhere. We're gonna drive around and get on the ridge where this herd was headed. There's also another herd across from us and 2 other screamers up here. Flip a coin. We found our dude. He's got maybe 20-ish cows that we saw. They're heading over a big ridge. We're hoping that we can kind of intercept them. We're gonna find out. climbing gear. The big bull went up the biggest ridge anywhere. You can bet your ass we're going after it. We are on top of Mount Everest. We thought that the big growly bull, I'm pretty sure it's Paul, we're not positive, it's bedded right here. We called in a little bull along the way. Now we're at the very tip top. We have nearly reached the summit. And we don't know where he went, so we're gonna dink around up here in a couple of these cuts and see if we can get him to answer. Then Tyler's just gonna throw an arrow right through both lungs and call it a day. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Alright, back after it. Well, we just had a little snack and water break, and we're gonna go see if we can fire him up. We're still convinced that he's on this ridge. We've been glassing all the elk that we didn't go after this morning. One of them went to the place that we were gonna go. Had him on my camera, big 6. So that's kind of a kick in the nuts, but everything happens for a reason. We're just about to go find that reason, so let's go get him. Well, it is the afternoon of day 2. We had a kind of frustrating morning. It was still fun. Called in a little bull to 40 yards, I think. There was a big herd that we were gonna originally go after, and we kind of screwed up and went after the big bugle. Pretty sure it was Paul. Couldn't find him. And then they did bed though near a Guzzler that we have a camera on. So we're gonna go sit there tonight and see what comes in, and hopefully a shooter shows. What do you think? You ready?
We're ready. Let's go.
Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's do her. Oh, Tyler spotted a bedded bull, so we had to abort the tree stand for now. We're gonna try to get to a rock pile that's over here. Got to the first rock pile, and it's a little too far from the Guzzler, so Tyler's gonna try to sneak down to the next little stick pile, and then maybe the tree stand. Bow tag release.
Bow tag release.
Perfect. Changing scenery. Let's go get them. Well, it took us a while this morning to find some screamers, but we finally found one. A couple of different bulls in here. I think I know where they're headed, but not 100% sure. So. Hope he breaks. slip. We ended up pretty close to a road, and a couple vehicles came, and I think it just kind of nudged him on the wrong side of the road. We were in good shape for a minute there, but we think there's another big bull up here. We're gonna go see if he'll answer. If not, we're just gonna stay on him, I think, so we'll keep you posted. There's two bulls across this canyon on this next rim. So there's a little two-tracker on the other side. We're gonna try to get down in there and hopefully get him pissed off. We'll find out. They're being finicky. We had a bull dang near committed down here coming down the lane, and he veered off, and I don't know if the thermals rose and he got our wind or if he saw something he didn't like or what. I have a hard time believing he saw much because it's so thick in there. But now we don't know where they went. I got a hunch that they're in one of two places, so we're gonna loop through there, see if we can get them to talk. If not, we're gonna get out of here. That or we'll like jump embedded right over this hill on accident. Swapping out a camera, and it sounded like a herd of like 50 elk running through the trees. I ran back up here quick. Just some beef cows. And probably a big old bull using it as cover. But there's a couple big bulls on this camera. Actually, I think it's the same bull 4 times. So I think we're gonna venture up to another camera and go on an 80-degree hike that we'll probably regret, but it'll be fun, right?
Gotta do them.
Well, I don't know if it's the bull that we were looking for or not, but there's a dead bull in here. Reeks. See if we can find an arrow or anything, but nice 6-point. Assuming it's one somebody hit with the bow, but I'm not gonna dig into it, I know that. There's no obvious sign of an arrow, but I'm sure that it was. I wonder if he did trash this, or if that's from the cattle. It's more trash than everywhere else, though. But, yeah, big bull. Somebody's bummed, for sure. Well, we couldn't find the arrow. We're gonna keep going. Hopefully find a bull that's upright. We're getting a little bit of a late start tonight. Went for a multiple mile hike earlier that didn't produce, but there's definitely elk on this ridge where we're headed. And we're coming in a different way, trying to skirt the wind and get it right, set up in between the elk and a pond on some private land next to them. Hopefully intercept them. It's a little bit sketchy, but we're gonna give her a whirl too. Hopefully something goes down tonight. We know there's at least 2 pretty good bulls in there. Who knows what else is in there, so we're gonna go get them. What do you think? Go. Let's do it. Do it again. Oh boy. Decent start, huh? It's good. down before dark, so he's too big not to try something. Let's go get him. Well, old Paul stayed down in the meadow, and I guess at least we know where he's at again. So maybe tomorrow we can become pallbearers. Day 4 at the cabin, just getting geared up to head out. Hopefully Paul's still where we left him last night and we can figure out a way to kill him. But I got my lucky hat on today, my pull back and let go hat, so it's pretty much a guarantee. But we'll see you out there. Oh, we spotted embedded. The wind is terrible. So we're gonna loop back around where we just came from switched to southeast. A couple of the high bedded ones smelled us and they all drifted off. They weren't super spooked. We're just gonna get out of here and leave them alone the rest of the day. Maybe try to intercept them tonight. Not sure where they'll go, but we're gonna attempt to predict that. I do know one thing though. This is their favorite spot. Just destroyed in here. Beds for days.